Well, hello there, you beautiful people. Come with me into the kitchen. I want to show you something, and it's delicious. You guys, look at these steaks that I got. They were delicious. They were nice and marinated, sazon, garlic powder, onion, everything. We put half of a carrot in there, half of a sausage in there. And then I grabbed some of those, fancy yarns that goes in the oven, or it could go in boiling water and in boiling oil, all that stuff, and it could handle it. I don't know what's it called, but it's one of those strong yarns. I grabbed 4 pieces, and I put one on each end of the steaks, and 2 in the middle for each one of those. Get it nice and tight, double knot each one of them. Get it ready to cook them. And the reason I'm doing this is to keep the sausage and the carrots inside, so when it cooks together and it tastes extra good, extra yummy. Don't be afraid to tie the knots tight. Give it double knot and tie it tight. It's not gonna hurt the steak. It's okay. After I got those bad boys nice and tied up together, they hold pretty well. They're not gonna come apart while they're cooking. Look at that. Beautiful. Hell yeah. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil because your girl is chunky. That's why she likes her food marinated, and olive oil just makes it that much more delicious. I was going to cook in this little pan that I have here, but I decided not to put in the oven. Instead, I chose to cook it in a pot. So I get it all nice and oiled up. Ooh, look at that. Get it, girl. Get that all nice and ready. And then I grabbed the pot. We sauteed some onions. Yes, I am using my hands. Don't come for me. I'm all hands-on. I like my hands on. I like touching. So I sauteed my onions in a little bit of bacon grease. And then I seared the steak. I think that's how you say it, just to get the steak some color. See that beautiful color on the steak? And then just to get that outer color on the outside. And then we're going to cook it in some beef broth, like right there that I put, and some water. You don't necessarily want to cover the steak. Well, these steaks I had were pretty thin, so I didn't want to cover them up. And then while that was going, I was cleaning some carrots. You take off this little piece. That's where the leaves come from. And you just scratch it with a knife. Either just a regular knife or a serrated knife. And the reason I'm doing this is just to take out that little darker outside part. So that, because I was making a cake. When I eat it, I don't necessarily do this. I just wash it and eat it. But for the cake, I thought, it'll be better to take off the little pieces. And look at how bright and beautiful it looks. Ooh, baby. So delicious. I love carrots, you guys. And just while the steak was cooking, medium fire with just that amount of liquid in there, slowly cooking it, I was getting everything together for a carrot cake, a Brazilian carrot cake. And I haven't been baking in a while, so I decided to go to Google, and I was like, hey, Google, I need a Brazilian carrot cake. And Google was like, here, my child, use this one. So I used this one. And it was a really good recipe. It came out pretty good. Like, I changed it a little bit, and it made it my, I used all the same ingredients, but I used less flour and less oil. So I changed it just a little bit, and it still worked out perfectly. It came out delicious. Lucas loved it, and so did my husband, which was surprising, you guys. Lucas was watching me make this cake, and I thought because it was carrots, he's so used to having carrots in his salad rather than in a cake, I thought he wasn't going to eat it, but he loved it. Maybe it's because Brazilian carrot cakes are made with a chocolate topping for it, rather than a cream cheese topping, because that's how American cheesecake is made. American carrot cake is made with cinnamon and the batter, and is made with a cream cheese topping. Whereas to a Brazilian carrot cake only takes carrot and the basic ingredients, flour, eggs, oils, and stuff like that. And it has the sweet flavor. Oh, look at this steak, you guys. It was so good. And, it has the flavor of a sweet carrot. And we just add chocolate topping to it. So it's very different from an American-styled carrot cake. And it tastes so good. You guys should definitely try it. It's delicious. And if you go on Google, you can find so many different recipes. just try one of those and until you find the one you like, because with every recipe the cake comes out a little bit different. I like my cake very fluffy, and this recipe came out so delicious and so fluffy. So while the steak cooked, we just got everything together. And I'm not much for those medical terms, you guys, but I'm sure there's something something there with me, because I have a hard time staying on track. I am all over the place when I cook. I am all over the kitchen. I do multiple things all at once because that's just how I work. So while one thing is going, I got another thing going on. Sometimes I got 3 to 4 things going on, just all over the place. And I didn't really plan for this video. It was very spontaneous. I just wanted to post something for you guys. And since I was in such a good mood cooking and making stuff, I just thought, why not set up the camera and bring it with me? It was fun. It was really fun to have the camera on the counter and just drag it around with me and doing stuff. But look at this batter. Look at how beautiful it is. Ooh, so bright. Look at that color. An American cheesecake doesn't look like this. It looks a little bit darker. So it's different, but they're both so good. And look at how good this batter came out. Look at that. Ooh, baby. Get it, girl. That was nice. I liked it. Next, I want to make an orange cake, you guys. Orange cakes is so good. And here it is. Yes, I'm always hands-on. Don't judge me. Okay, so I cut out all the strings that was holding the meat together. Now we see it just stays together after it's cooked. And we're gonna cut into it and see what it looks like. By combining it together when it cooks, it just gives a completely different taste than cooking it separately and then just putting it together on your plate. Rolling them up together and cooking them together, just Y'all, this came out so good. Let me just show you how soft they came out. It's not it. If I ever had to try, they're super soft. With the steak. You hear that carrot? Oh. That is delicious. That is so perfect together. Let me show you guys, look. After it's cut up. How good it looks. On both sides. Oh. Good job. Tell me. The ingredients for a chocolate topping is condensed milk. We're not gonna use the whole can because, or maybe we will. I'm not sure yet. Cream. Table cream, I guess. It's like kind of like heavy cream, pretty much. Always shake this very well before using it. Always wash your cans before using it. And then we're gonna use unsweetened cocoa powder, original cacao, because that's how it becomes. So I decided to use the whole can of condensed milk. You melt half of a stick of butter, and then you add the whole can of condensed milk, and then you add that whole can of table cream. Mix those babies up, and then you add some of the cocoa powder. Again, I don't use measurements, so I just kind of wing it. I just wing the amount of powder I put in there. And look at how it goes from this mixture. Just mix it until everything becomes nice and combined. So look at this magic. Just gotta keep mixing it. Once you add those ingredients together, just gotta keep mixing it until it's done, pretty much. And what created such a thick cover was the amount of condensed milk I added. So it actually came out a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but it's still so good. Look at that. Look at how nice it came out. So if the chocolate had came out a little bit smoother, I could have just poured it over, but because it was a little bit thick, I had to spread it with a spoon. But it was so good. It was such thick, rich, chocolatey and it's deliciousness. I always gotta make sure it's unsweet cocoa powder because of the condensed milk. And look at all the extra I had. It was so good. Yummy. Look at the color. Look at that vibrant color that it comes out with, you guys. It was so good.
Okay, are you in your video again?
All right, so I went to the pool a little bit with the family, and now I'm back to get tomorrow's dinner ready. So like that, it's that much easier. I put that whole chicken to wash off and rinse off all that nasty smell because the stinky chicken always stinks. So I put it to stay inside that water with vinegar for a little bit. And then we're gonna make the seasoning for it, which is gonna be mayonnaise. I don't do measurements, which sucks. I just wing it. So I judge by the size of the chicken, honestly. And I like my chicken very well seasoned. And I like it marinating in a lot of seasoning overnight. So I put a good amount of mayonnaise. I will show you. Okay, so this is the amount of mayonnaise I got so far in there. It's not that much. It is, but it's not, I guess, depending on who you ask. Again, I'm sorry, but I don't measure. I just wing it. We have smoked paprika. You gotta taste really good, and it just gives flavor to your chicken. We have garlic powder. We have onion powder. We have black pepper. We have peppercorn melody grinder. It has like different kinds of pepper, reds and black ones and yellow ones. Pepper gives great flavor to all the foods as always. We also use sazon, always con açafrán. Don't forget, the açafrán really changes the flavor of everything. And we're gonna use 2 of those. Dump those whole bad boys in there. Here's the thing about chicken. It's a very plain meat. Therefore, you get to make what you want with it. And then we use quinoa, the bouillon, chicken bouillons. But it's chicken flavor because I don't add salt. I'm not going to add salt to this seasoning. Everything that goes in here is just gonna give it its flavor without the salt. Like the bouillon itself have salt in it, so I don't need to add any other salt. Just a little bit of olive oil. I went to the garden and I got some fresh parsley. Cut that bad boy in there. Fresh out the garden. It smells delicious. I used the whole thing, the little stem and everything. I also got this from the garden, little fresh onions. I'm just gonna chop it all in there. Does this look like a lot of stuff? It sure is a lot of stuff. And it's all worth it. Because this is what adds magic. And we even add a little bit of Parm cheese because what's left without cheese, you know? Honestly. Just a little bit. Doesn't even have to be a lot. Just a little bit. You know what I do like to add a little bit as well? We're also gonna add a little bit of crushed red peppers, just to give it a little bit of, you know? We're gonna add a little key lime to it because it's delicious. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. We roll it so it can make it softer, you know? Make all the juices come out and everything, all that stuff. Cut it. Ooh! Ooh, big boy with 6 seeds. Let's keep you so we could plant. And because it's a small little thing, we're gonna add this whole baby in here. Oh, 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 did you see that? That was a seed. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Gotcha. You're not good for the seasoning. Add the whole line. Okay, I'm gonna add more because it wasn't enough. We're gonna add another one because it wasn't enough. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Ooh, seeds. Oh, I cut y'all in half. Sorry, guys. Oh, this one, even after I rolled it, it's still hard to squeeze. Double hand. Double hand. Because we added 2 of the green ones, we're only gonna add half of the yellow one. Yes, I know. It seems like a whole lot, but I promise you, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. Let me cover this bad boy up. Boom, boom, boom. And once that bad boy is washed, you pour that seasoning on it. It's very important when you're doing a whole chicken like this to go in there and separate that skin. And see how I could go all in there? I had to put my hand in there and separate it from the, the skin from that part. Make sure to do that so all of that seasoning gets everywhere. And as the chicken is being cooked, we have one of those, what is the needle called? The one that you puncture inside the meat with the seasoning. Put the seasonings all around it. Put the seasoning inside of it. Make sure it's seasoned everywhere. Alright, so we're all ready and seasoned for tomorrow. Here's tied up with the yarn, just like the steak was, so the leg will stay together because it's stuffed with farofa. Farofa is this delicious thing from Brazil. I will show you guys. It's not sand. I will show you guys what it is. It's really, really good. So, yes, my chicken is very orange, very seasoned. It is so worth it. Try it out at least one time, you guys. It's so good. I will show you tomorrow. All right, you guys. So, it's tomorrow. I brought the chicken with me to work so I can cook it at work. Sneaky, sneaky. Now, let me show you. May I show off? May I please show off my chicken? Come on now, please, please. Let me show a little bit. Ooh, baby, who did that? Who did that? Oh my goodness, hello. The little yarn that we tied it yesterday, so it's nice and tight. It's stuffed. Oh, good gracious. Alright, y'all. Thank you for spending time in the kitchen with me. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. Te amo muito no meu coração. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my channel. Te amo muito. Beijo no coração. Beijo no bumbum. I'll see you next time. Até a próxima. Tchau. Good night. Stay sexy. Stay wealthy. Stay sexy. Stay happy. Stay wealthy. Get happy. Get healthy. You know, the whole drill. See you next time. I love you. Beijo. Ciao.